Well, so.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, hey, it's another episode of Bonafide Podcast featuring the one and only Miss Lyric Swann.
Oh, you're too sweet. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Of course, how you doing, girl?
I'm doing good. Can't complain. Well, you always can't complain, but I'm doing good for the most part. How are you?
Girl, we blessed to be alive. Hello,
Yes.
It's interesting how you have the Kobe shirt and I have the Gigi Bryant shirt. So it's like
Right.
this is
Yeah.
like a Mamba. This is like a Mamba mentality flow
Totally
today.
wasn't planned, but I'm so here for it.
I
Drawn
literally
by me. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes, girl. Yes. See, that's the shirt I was looking for too, because I was like, I need that shirt that you created. I need the lyric Swain shirt that she created of herself, like, to represent
Mhm.
the fam. So, we
Yeah,
gotta
I'm about to restock all of that going into 2026. So, yes, I got you with a little discount, girl.
here for it. So let's get to it. So, Miss Lyric, can you explain your sports story to how you got to where you are?
Oh my gosh. Where do we start? We start college, high school when I first started playing.
Girl, the floor
Wow.
is yours. Go for it.
Yeah. Um let's take it all the way back. Soccer was my first sport. I absolutely loved soccer. I was actually going through some of my stuff when I was from when I was younger, and I had like written out goals that I wanted to be a professional soccer player and all this stuff. I've never dreamed of going pro for basketball or anything. So um I didn't start playing basketball till I was like 7, 8 years old. And I was still playing both. Those were my two sports I was taking serious, basketball and soccer, for the longest. And I just fell in love with basketball and the culture and the people I met through it. And yeah, so I started taking it serious. And whew, we're going all the way back. I don't know how much to share, but um played AU, travel ball, circuit stuff. I committed really early. I committed my sophomore year of high school, which is, normally untraditional for basketball. Um, so I committed to UMBC. My mom went to UMBC. Um, and honestly, I didn't really want to go there. But at the time it meant a lot to me because, my mom went there, so she really wanted me to go. It was close to home. So my family can come see me play. I can come visit them whenever. Um the school, had a great history. It was one of the most diverse schools in the country. Great education level and everything. So at the time it seemed like a great fit. Um and then my senior year, yeah, and the coaching staff that was recruiting me, they were recruiting me like no other coach. Like they were at every single game of mine. That's unheard of. Like you'll come to like one or two games in the tournament, like that's cool. But every single game, I was like, y'all can look at other people. It's okay. You know what I mean? They did. They showed whatever they could to show that they really wanted me and they valued me. And um, yeah, so I committed to them. But my senior year, they were let go, and um yeah, so I wasn't sure if I should stay because, a lot of people decommit after the coaching staff you commit to, you know, leaves. And so I decided to stay because I felt like at the time it was more than just basketball and why I committed because, family and, everything. So I stayed, and the new coaching staff came in. And yeah, basketball wise, did you hear that? Is my ringer on?
Mm-mm, I don't hear
Oh,
anything.
okay. No, hold on. All right, there we go. That was bothering. What? um, yeah. So I had a really good freshman year. I think I was like second. I was a starter. Started all the games as a freshman. second in minutes, third in points, second in steals. I had a really good freshman year, but um on paper it looked good, but behind the scenes there was a lot that wasn't going well. Um Long story short, I ended up, let's just fast forward to my sophomore year. I ended up staying for my sophomore year, and it got pretty bad to where the university opened an investigation into how the coaching staff was treating us, for verbal, physical, any what is it called, NCAA violations, HIPAA violations, and everything. So yeah, it was pretty serious, and they ended up keeping the coaching staff there. So basically, everyone transferred except for two people, I think. Um, but yeah, after that, honestly, my whole experience with that, I did not like basketball at all. I was planning on quitting, like, for good. This is when COVID was happening too, and I was like, maybe this isn't for me anymore because of everything that I had endured there. I'm still healing over stuff today. Um, yeah, not even like the players left, the Dobos, assistant coaches, like people. A lot of people were affected by this, and yeah, I'm still healing over stuff today from it. But yeah, so I was in the portal, but that season was COVID, and you know how that was, all this, stuff. Not playing games, only having limited it was a hot mess. So um and also everything that was going on with the whole staff and treating the players, everything, and how I was treated personally. Um and I didn't have the best stats that year, obviously, because of everything that went on compared to my freshman year. So when I did go in the transfer portal, I obviously didn't know if I was going to keep playing in, but because of everything. But I put my name in the portal. But amazing guy, Coach Mike. So he saved me. He rescued me, basically. So he's a coach at a JUCO school here in Maryland. One of the most successful coach ever, with his record, and it's proof is in the pudding. He's an amazing coach, and he took me in. He was like, I'll get you where you need to be. He took me in. He helped me build my confidence up, my love for the game. Um, a couple of my UMC teammates came to that school as well. Um, and at this time, this move was sort of looked upon weirdly for me. They're like, you're a D1 player. Why are you going JUCO? JUCO at that time, it's getting a better, stigma around it, but at that time it had a very negative stigma around it. Like, do you not have good grades? Like all this stuff. And um, but honestly, JUCO, that was like one of the best years of my life. Let's clear the air. It was never because of my grades. I Dean's List, great student, but it was because of the situation I was in and everything. Um, and so yeah, I had my JUCO year there. Um, that was like one of the best, years of my life. Just being around such a great group of girls and a great coaching staff and everything that really made me help fall in love with the game again. And yeah, so I was a JUCO All-American that year. I was averaging like 23 points, 8 assists. Like, it was going great for me on the court as well. And of course, my goal is to go back D1. And so I had a bunch of D1 offers. I gathered a bunch of D1 offers that year. But yeah, so it was getting towards the end of the season where I wanted to make my commitment. And I have a twin, right? And
Mm-hmm.
Family's very important to me, and um these coaches are like, what can we do to really get you? What can we do to really sign you? And my sister played with me at CBC Essex, and I'm like, what can really get me is you help take care of my sister was a very talented basketball player as well, great shooter. I was like, if you really want me to come like open the recruitment for my sister and everything, um like that would mean the world to me, that you care about me more than a basketball player. You're thinking about, my family and everything. And North Florida was the first school on it. And I'm not just saying that just to say that. It's my sister was a very talented player as well. So that's
Mm-hmm.
another reason why they opened their recruitment. But yeah, UNF did, an amazing job in recruiting me and taking care of me. And I've visited Florida a lot because I have family down there, and I've always wanted to live in Florida. So it was just, like the perfect opportunity. I can be there with my twin, and I also have family down there, and um, I can help, rebuild the program and everything. So yeah, so I committed to North Florida, and um, sorry, I'm just thinking about my timeline and everything. Yeah, so I had a pretty good pretty good junior year there. So now that's my junior year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, pretty good junior year. Led my team in points. I think second in assists, steals, first in 3-pointers made. Charges taken. Like I was, top across the board. It was a pretty good rebound season for me. And yeah, I was falling in love with basketball again. We traveled to Ireland that year as a team, so it was cool
Oh.
to, yeah. So it's crazy because I was looking through my Snapchat memories, and I had a memory when I was in Ireland. I was like, it would be so cool to like be driving on the other side of the car, and living in a different country and all that. I had no plans, of going pro, but I was like, it would be so cool to do that. And then I ended up, doing that 2 years later. So yeah, I thought that was crazy. Yeah, during this time, basketball is a big part of my life, but I didn't have plans of going pro because, basketball is a big part, but it's not my whole part. As you know, I do art. I'm a pianist. I have all these other passions. So at at that level, I felt like I could balance a lot of that. My content creation, all of that stuff. Because I did remember you talking about um yeah, so let me stay on track.
You good, girl. Take your
So
time. You good. Take your time,
yeah,
girl.
great junior year. Um, as a team, you know, it wasn't the best. We didn't make playoffs. Um, and the coaching staff was let go. And now I'm faced with another choice again. Like, do I transfer? I had a great, junior year. I have a lot of, bigger schools reaching out and stuff like that. So it's like, do I stay or do I go? So another part is this could be my third time transferring. I'm already going to have to do 5 years of college because my credits didn't transfer from UMBC to, right. So I'm like, if I transfer again, like, am I going to have to do 6 years in school? I'm not trying to do that. Right. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason I loved it in Florida. Um, like, I didn't really want to leave that much, and I already had so much set up there and everything. So, I was like, okay, I'll just stay. Um, and see how it is. So going into my senior year, there was a new coaching staff. Um, and I was, up there in the votes for preseason player of the year. I was expected to have a great senior campaign. I expect to do even better than my junior year, after all these workouts and mental work and everything. But let's get truthful, let's get real, right? Because it might look great of what you see on social media, but the season started. She's not starting me. not calling any plays for me, only playing me limited minutes. And it was very much done on purpose because, like, obviously all my stats for my junior year prove how good of a player I was. You know what I'm saying? So um we had some conversations and it didn't seem like it was hmm okay, well, trying to keep it,
Mm-hmm.
anyways, yeah, so my senior year was very frustrating for me, um because I was held back for reasons that were like unrelated. And there was even a time I'll bring up the JUCO time. So as you know, I'm a great person, great grades, attitude, everything. I've never had like an attitude problem or anything. And we're in conference play now, and we're playing against Central Arkansas, and they had a lot of JUCO transfers. And of course, I wasn't starting this game for her reasons. And yeah, they had a lot of JUCO transfers. So the starting team's out on, starting on defense and everything. And she looks at me and she's like, well, everyone put your hands on defense because, they're a JUCO team and all because they have a lot of JUCO players. I'm like, what? Like, what does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with like anything? You know what I mean? It just felt like there's a lot of things that weren't related to me or my basketball skills or me as a person that affected how my senior season went. And we didn't make playoffs that year. And I was very disappointed on how my um, senior season ended, how everything went, and I didn't want to give up on basketball. So I didn't want that to be because I still had a great college career. I obviously, I had a lot of accolades. I was 1,600 point scorer, um, and everything. And I know I did a lot like in inspiring younger kids, and I had a lot of connections with younger kids, and especially being like a 5'4" Division I athlete, I had a lot of people still looking up to me, and I just felt like I wasn't done with the game. And so I was like, okay, like let's take this to the professional level, and I can end it on my own terms, in my basketball career on my own terms. And yeah. Um yeah, it was just really strange how it was at UNF. I was the only senior on the team. Um but she, didn't come to my graduation, didn't text me congratulations for graduating. Um, it was really strange on how I was treated there. By her, the assistant coaches, I love them. They came to my graduation. We still talk to this day, but um, I started getting emotional as I was like over this.
Girl.
I guess part of that still hurts,
Yeah.
because I didn't do anything like for all of this to happen, and oof.
Girl, it's
It's sort of
okay.
sort of hard getting that all out. I'm
Girl.
sorry.
No, you good. You ain't have to. One thing for sure about you is you don't got to be sorry about your story. One thing for sure, you ain't
Yeah.
have to. Your feelings are always validated. Always remember that. Like,
Hmm.
don't ever feel sorry how you express your feelings or emotions. That's your feelings, and emotions are always validated. Always remember that, girl. So,
Yeah.
and
Thank
take
you.
your time, of course, girl. Yeah, you know I'm a cheerleader. I'm always cheer for you, girl.
Yes. Yes.
So.
It's just hard because I don't really talk about, the nitty-gritty and stuff. And especially with that senior, the announcers were confused, coaches were confused, looking in on my senior season and how, anyways. So, but overall, I had a great college career. I'm extremely grateful, for all the adversity that I went through. I've had um, really challenging coaches. Um, whether that was, anyways, I had really low moments, really high moments through college basketball, and it's really shaped who I am today. It's made me, a stronger person and everything. So on the outlook of things, I'm super grateful for everything, and especially, most of that I was able to play with my sister as well. So, how often is it that you get to play, and go through college with your twin? You know what I'm saying? Like, even though we're on two different, career paths and everything. So, yeah. So then I made it overseas, and yeah, I'm not sure if I'm open yet to talking about that experience because that was very hard for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I'm super grateful for the people I met, my teammates that I met through the experience. I'm super grateful. You know, I already had 2 degrees. Now I was able to study overseas and get my master's degree. So that was a great opportunity. Yeah. So I was um my undergrad. I did psychology, a minor in PDP and everything. But overseas, it was I had the opportunity at a business school, so I got it in science of digital marketing. And so yeah, that was an amazing experience. It was very different to study, in a different country. The whole education system's different, and um, yeah, so it was sort of like a learning curve because I got a 65 on one of my things. I'm like, that
Oh,
is terrible. And they're like, no, a 65 is really good. I'm like,
back in the
huh?
United States, 65 is terrible.
Yes. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different, learning curves, even with how the education system is set up and everything. Um, but it was so cool. I got to meet a lot of great people. Actually, our graduation was yesterday.
Oh,
Um,
congratulations.
Yes. So I obviously wasn't able to go in person. Um, but they're still gonna, ship my diploma to me and everything. But shout out to, you know, everyone that I went through, everybody that I was with who went through this master's degree, together. It was a 1 year master's degree, so that was great because usually master degrees are, 2 to 3 years. So it
Mhm.
did feel accelerated, but it was amazing. So yeah, I got to see, all my friends yesterday were sharing pictures of, them graduating and in their capes and
Aw.
everything. So that was super exciting. But for me, it was best for me to stay home and everything because I'm busy now here, and I've already walked across the stage, a couple times. I wasn't missing out on much. It's okay. So yeah. Now, as of right now, um I did have a bad injury this summer, so that sort of like hindered me as a player. So since then, I've just been focusing on content creation, and that's been a lot of fun and everything. And I've also been coaching a girls team, an elementary school girls team. So it's so nice and so rewarding to be able to give back to the game that way, especially because I've had some traumatic coaches. So I want to be a bright spot in these girls' lives. Make sure, they love the game, they're learning the game correctly. They excuse me, they feel seen, they feel valued. And it's been so nice. It's been so rewarding. The girls are great. Um, I was only expecting to coach for the fall season, but the players and the coaches were like, "We really want you back. Like, we please come back, come back." I was like, "Oh, okay." So,
Aw.
so I'm coaching again for the winter season. Our tryouts are this Sunday, so I'm super excited for that. To be able to go into another season of coaching and giving back to the game. So yeah, especially because it was so unexpected and I wasn't thinking about it, in a longer term, but knowing that I mean so much to these girls and their parents and everything. It means a lot. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
that for you.
Thank you.
Girl, you when you said I walked across the stage twice. I mean, I don't need to walk with that. It's like 2 out of the 3 times you walk across the stage, get your master's and degree. It's like yeah,
Yes.
it's like you could. It's like girl, your third degrees, you better celebrate for where you at, cause like you gonna be like yes, like girl. Cause I'm gonna tell you this, a lot of people don't know. Getting that master's degree you feel a whole another level of accomplishment. You feel like all
Mm-hmm.
that hard work that you put in, and it's like, I did that.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
not to mention, and you did it while you're playing,
Mm-hmm.
hunty.
Yes, I did. I was on a pro team. I was on a university team, and I was getting my master's. And I was so sick. I was literally sick almost the whole time while I was over there. I went through a lot of health issues when I was over there. So to do all of that, like I really pushed through a lot. So yeah, I'm super excited.
Girl, you better pick up your cat now, cause I was like, I know I saw the cat come in.
Yeah, he was coming trying to sit in my lap.
Oh,
He's great. Yeah.
man, he's so adorable too. Like I would see him on your content creation. I'm like, he's so adorable.
Yes, he is so strong. Have you seen his muscles?
Girl,
I posted about him once. That I've shown like his muscle. It's insane. You can't see it. He's turned around right now. I it's actually I wish I could show you a picture right now. But his muscle I've never seen nobody's seen anything like it. So I've actually applied him to a Guinness World Record for the strongest domestic. Let me grab my other phone. I gotta show you this.
like she got 2 phones, one for the plug, one for the dough.
Hold on, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. It's on the charger.
It's all good, girl. Just know this podcast is raw, real. We have bloopers and fun moments up here. It's just y'all. So we have it here. So, but you know,
um, look at this. Look at his muscles.
oh, he don't play around.
No, he is, and he's naturally like this. People are like he saw your workout packets and stuff like that. He was doing push-ups while you was gone. No, he's always looked like this. So yeah, I applied for him for a Guinness World Record. He is the strongest cat I've ever seen. Insane muscle definition.
I ain't never seen that at all. But you know,
Yes.
but for like you mentioned, like first of all, I love how you said, at UNF, it's like, look, I'll go to UNF, but you need to come. Like it's, I'll go, but my sister needs to be included. We're a team package. We're like a package. I love how like you're really big on your family. Like especially
Hmm.
like first of all, shout out to your family. Shout out to your moms, cause
Yes. Oh my gosh, my mom is everything to me. Yes.
that was that was lit. So like, so your mom and your sister, you all played college basketball. What's it
Hmm.
like to have, you know, all of your family be part of a just have your own college basketball legacy?
Um, like how is it being like in a basketball family or
Yeah. So like, what's it like to just with you having being your own basketball family, like just y'all played in college, but also y'all done so much, both on and off the court.
hmm. Yeah, it's been amazing. I told you how my mom went to UMBC and everything. And after that, she did some semi pro and once we started playing, she really took into coaching and training and everything. So she's a big factor of who I am today. Obviously off the court, but we're talking about basketball. On the court, she's so detailed and so um motivating as well. And everything. She was a great coach. She was an AAU coach. So something that's amazing is that every single one of her players committed to go to college on a college scholarship. ooh, on a basketball scholarship.
You good, girl.
um through basketball. Go to college through school, and go to college through school. Girl, go to college through the opportunity of basketball, okay?
Girl, hey, we still here for it too.
Yeah. So she was a great coach. My teammates I had then still talk to her, to this day and everything. And she's back into coaching again. She's coaching um in the high school county that I played in and everything. But yeah, so she's a huge implement, especially in Howard County in Maryland. She also trained some of my teammates at my schools, at UMC, at CCBC Essex. Um, some of my teammates joined my workouts at North Florida and everything. So she, was very instrumental in that. And um, yeah, with Jalen, Jalen started at a different school. So we both, this was our first year separated, my freshman year. Our first time in our life, our, two twins being separated. Like, this is crazy. It was definitely, an adjusting moment. Um, but yeah, then she ended up coming back to Maryland. She walked on at UMBC, which was, a big moment, especially as a walk on. When the coach announces it and everyone's celebrating and everything. And it was so cool to um have my sister, be by her side during all of this. Um, Unfortunately, she never got the money. That's a different problem with the whole UMBC situation. There's just a lot of stuff that happened there. But yeah, so yeah, and then we went to Essex together, and then we went to Florida together. So it was so cool to be able to experience that, even the college level with her as well. Obviously she didn't love basketball that much to play at the pro level, which is, perfectly okay. She's been doing great um in her job field, and she's about to get married. So
Yes.
yes, I'm so excited. Um Her wedding is coming up, and we're going to the DR. So
Woo-hoo.
yeah, next month or in 2 months. So yeah, and she still lives in Maryland, so it's so nice still having her around. And yeah.
Cause y'all represent the DMV so proudly, especially like y'all don't play around with basketball when it comes to the DMV. Yeah, like y'all don't play around about it.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many great hoopers that came out the DMV. Honestly, I feel like the DMV and New York are like the two hot spots on the East Coast, for reading talented hoopers. So, um, yeah, I feel like for me, there's not a lot of, or back then there wasn't a lot of players from Howard County. So let's get specific in the DMV from Howard County and everything. So I was, proud to, be able to represent that area specifically. And yeah, now, my mom's coaching in Howard County again. I might coach in Howard County, maybe a little teaser. um, but no, yeah, it was great.
What would you say, when it comes to like from your experience playing JUCO in mid major, what would you say are some like the misconception and competition wise for JUCO and mid major?
Right. So like I was saying earlier, there's a lot of bad misconceptions about JUCO. I feel like it's definitely gotten better over these past couple years, but one common misconception about JUCO and D1 is obviously the academics, like I talked about. Not everyone goes to JUCO because they a lot of people, like, that's like a last stop, like they're a failure, all that stuff. A lot of people think that, but it's really not. Everyone's unique in their own situation. There was a lot of D1 players that came. Talking specifically about my school and Coach Mike and
Right.
how he is. There's a lot of D1 players that's came to him and went back D1, even high major, like I'll shout out Faith Blackstone. She played at Syracuse and high major schools, and she was really hesitant in going to a JUCO. She was like, Lyric, there's such a bad stigma around and everything. So like, can you tell me your experience with it? And yeah, I told her my experience and how that is honestly a great level, to get you back to where you need to be. It's not what everyone thinks. And she had a great year. Now she's at Rutgers. So that's another thing about JUCO. Some people think the talent level is different. Um, and honestly, JUCO, that was the most physical year I've had. And those girls were talented. They were talented. Honestly, some players and some teams as a whole were more talented than D1 teams that I have played against. And I feel like, that's another misconception about JUCO ball and everything. But yeah, I'm trying to think of other stuff. You got any other questions about that? I'm trying to think.
Girl, because I will tell you this, JUCO got some dogs. Because I will tell you
Dogs.
that I'm telling, because like when I went to JUCO, like the year I graduated from JUCO is the year they just started a women's basketball team. So it's like I always say, so they're gonna start a basketball team the year I graduate from JUCO. But I know,
Hello, excuse me.
right? I know. I've been
Yeah.
like, but the people don't understand. Like you said, there's so many misconceptions. I feel like a lot of people go there. Like some people go there because maybe they're not ready for the high major, so they want to get their feet
Hmm.
wet. Saying I want
Yeah.
to, or some people want to be closer to their family, so like make sure like hey and stuff. So I think Jude, like I said, Juco got some dogs. Like we
Yes.
sitting with one of them right now. Boom, you a dog girl. You for
Yeah,
those.
and I think about the whole, like, when I meant like physicality and stuff, like I meant like working hard, like
Yes.
especially when you're in JUCO, you feel like you have to prove yourself, and you're trying to work. You're trying to work to get to that next level, or wherever. And some of the players and teammates and I've had at the JUCO level have worked harder than some people I've known at the D1 level and
Mm-hmm.
everything. And that's what I love about, like, my experience in JUCO, at least. Like, everyone's grinding hard for it, and when you have like people who are, like, I don't know the word, accountable and
Mm-hmm.
working hard, it makes you want to work hard too. And um yeah, our coach Mike always said, like, this is hell, let's get out of hell. It wasn't hell because um we just had to work for a lot, you know what I mean. It wasn't hell because we worked so hard, and we reaped the benefits of it. We were one of the top teams in the country. We were averaging like 102 points per game. Like, we worked hard for it, but all the behind the scenes that went into it were, and all the battles, it was amazing.
Girl, when I tell you like, and you just described this like, and I want people to know that Lyric is more than an athlete, y'all. Like she said, she's an artist, she's a pianist, and this leads to my question too. I always say that athletes are human first. And, for you as an athlete and a black woman, how important is mental health to you?
um yeah, I never realized how important mental health was until I got to college. It was a real wake up call for me, because I was never put in those situations that damaged my mental health in the way it did, with my experiences at that school and the treatment and everything. And um yeah, mental health is a big part um of college sports, especially college sports, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have all these pressures and expectations and all of that can be really hard with life going on, and life, other stuff going outside your sport, balancing all these things. And even if you're not being treated the best, it's makes it all worse, you know what I'm saying? I never realized how important mental health was until um I was put in a like a traumatic situation. And I had great people around me, talking about my family, friends, teammates, um and I was able to work through my mental health struggles. um of course, professionally, seeing a therapist, everything. And that can also be, I don't know if it still is, but I know it is sort of, it was a stigma, with seeing therapists and um everything. So that was a great point. And yes, and you know having a good coaching staff, around you too, because my junior year, um I even though I was doing well with basketball and everything, I still had a lot of mental health struggles I was going through. And one of my coaches really helped me get through that. She helped me point to some resources and everything. So that's sort of another point. Like, a lot of people these days get caught up into the hype. I just want to commit to the biggest school. I just want to commit, at this place because they have a big name, that place. No, I feel like the most important thing when you're thinking about where to decide where to go to school is to go to a place where you're valued, where they value you as a player and as a person. Where, like, they'll take care of you. Commit to where you're valued, commit to where you can see yourself growing, um as a person on and off the court. When I committed to coaches that have great skill development with their players and everything. And so value the basketball aspect. And where can you go after your college career is done? When I committed to schools, with UMEC and UNF, they had a great percentage and track record of their postgraduates finding jobs and staying with jobs and stuff like that. So I did, all of that research when I was committing, excuse me, to schools. And yeah, even though I didn't get a traditional job when I graduated um, from UNF, I still had, those resources and, those platforms and the people who knew how to get there, to support me through that. So, yeah.
Girl, that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
Cause I will say, like, cause I always say that, like, people don't understand, like, the whole misconception how the all the college athletes or athletes in general have it good, or or they got it easy. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
nothing is handed to them. You try waking up at 5 in the morning for early morning workouts, and
Yeah.
then
And getting home out of class at 10 p.m. and not going to sleep till 12 a.m. because you still have homework to do from that day, but going to practice at 5 a.m. Oh, that was the worst. After
although,
that, I was like, anytime when I was trying to find another, I was like, okay, what time do y'all practice? I can't do what.
oh man, oh, do you remember the 11:59 p.m. Eastern time deadlines for all the homeworks for like,
Yes.
yeah, like the discussion boards, like where you have
Mm-hmm.
to, oh my gosh, like,
Yeah.
I for discussion boards, I just wanted to submit my answer. That's it. Why do we have to submit our answer? Then reply to like maybe
Yeah.
two, three people talking about, you can't just say I agree or disagree. You actually got to
Mm-hmm.
say why you agree. Like,
Yeah.
I just came to do my work. I didn't come to like say then some, and then you have to wait till the other people, they be showing, they'll like It's like you could just start the work early, right? You be starting to work early, right? You get the stuff on time, and then you want to make sure you get the best grade, right? You gotta
Mhm.
wait till everybody else start at the last minute where they just writing up everything. It's like,
Yeah.
why did y'all have to wait at the last minute? I wanted my perfect A. Y'all just made it to where I got a B.
And we did all that without AI.
Right? We had to like
We
we had
actually had to read textbooks.
oh the textbooks where we had to get the thesaurus and
Yeah.
the citations and just make up like man, whew, Lord. But those hours in the library, like yeah, glad my degree paid for that because now we
Yeah.
here. We
Yeah.
here. So my question for you is first you have a huge presence in social media, especially with TikTok and Instagram. Like first of all, you were especially like, you know, first of all, I love the video you had like there was one video you did and you have it pinned on your Instagram. It was the one like your jersey and you have like the jewelry, your chain, like
Oh, on media day.
yes, first of all, media day for Miss Lyric was always a holiday.
That's a girl. That's literally what I would call it. It's my national holiday. Okay.
Like, yes, my birthday is my national holiday, but media day though,
Yes.
I like when I tell y'all lyrics media day pictures always slayed, always did,
Thank you.
always forever will be slaying.
Thank
Period.
you.
So,
Yes.
but
Yes. Always went viral on those days. I feel like one thing people appreciated, with media day and everything is that I feel like there's been a whole shift in women's basketball, and we can start this with the media day concept. I feel like a lot of players, especially in this day and age, are expecting, or not expecting. What's the word? Expressing themselves, and a lot of times people view basketball as as more masculine and hard side, but I feel like these days, people can show like you can be um beautiful and have lashes and express yourself however you want and still be a tough basketball player. And I feel like that's been great, for um women's basketball, and how NIL has tied into that. And and it's been nice because obviously I get a lot of comments, people who haven't seen me play. They're like, oh, look at her, like there's no way she can hoop good. I bet I can cross her up, do this, da 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 da. But it's like, no, like as this day and age, as a woman, we can be able to present ourselves how we want and still be tough and resilient and everything. And there's been a lot of WNBA players, at the higher professional level, um who've been showing that as well. And um just thinking of names like Dejanay Carrington, Angel Reese, Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink, um even Paige Beckers. I've been seeing her commercials with Coach and um everything. And traditionally you don't see, let's talk about Coach. And they've done a couple with WNBA play, but let's talk about Paige since I just brought her up.
yes,
You don't see a purse brand 20 years ago. You want to see a purse brand collaborating with a women's basketball player. Those are two separate connotations. But now to bring that together and show, you can do those things, on and off the court. I just love it. I just love it for women.
absolutely. And this brings to representation too, especially for like women's sports because you have, you mentioned, and I literally witnessed it too. Like when I watched you, like the 2 years I watched you play, and I was like, oh
Hmm.
my gosh, I gotta see Cleveland. Yes, support my beautiful
Thank
Molly
you so
family.
much for coming. That meant so much.
Girl, I was like, you in Charlotte? I was like, okay, I need to go. So I'm like, I gotta go. And then, but like, especially when it comes to representation, like seeing like little kids coming up to you and seeing people our age, coming up to you and, looking up to you, taking pictures, for you, you know, what does representation mean to you for women's sports?
Um, about how like women represent sports as a whole, or how I approach it.
Um, let's just say, when you have somebody that looks up to you, especially
Hmm.
in both on and off the court.
Um, well, what it means to me, it means a lot, you know. For someone to look up to me and everything, and um, especially um now that I've been getting into coaching and stuff, it's cool to be on the mentorship side because, growing up, I would have people to look up to and everything. But now that I can like give back to them in that way, it's been nice. And as a coach, you can do it like immediately at practice, off the court. You know, let me think. Am I missing anything?
Oh no, you
Yeah,
girl,
it
you ain't
no, it,
missing
it
nothing.
means a lot, and it makes me, want to be more disciplined in, being a better player and a better person, and everything. So it means a lot, knowing people look up to me. It's been little girls, little boys out different countries, different, age brackets. um it means a lot.
Girl, I'm here for it too, because I don't. You know this person because we got people come in the comments. And you know this person. They shouting you out too.
Oh, hey, Rocco.
We just called you an
Yeah,
inspiration, girl.
thank you. That is so cool. You can see comments on here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
girl.
I
Girl.
think he was actually at the game that you came to.
Yes, he
And
was.
yeah.
Yes, it was. And it, like a lot. Like you have so many people. The fact that you have so many people that look up to you, and like, girl, that's amazing. I'm like, if I would, especially like, girl, like, I'm here for it because I
I
love
try,
seeing
I try.
I love seeing women doing amazing things. Like to see you doing amazing things both on and off the court. I'm like, I'm so happy for Lyric. I'm here for it.
Thank
I'm here for
you.
it because you know it's just. I think too. Another thing too is we're just talking about like um do you feel like with women's sports, especially how it is in today's world with NIL, but also how, women are able to be able to express themselves? Do you feel like it continues to, be pivotal in how it is in the sports world right now?
Oh yeah, right now is an extremely pivotal time. I felt like women's sports has made like an exponential growth um over the last couple years, especially with women's basketball because that's the sport I'm mainly correlated with. Um with the respect for the sport and the respect for the women. Um you know um and you did talk about NIL and everything. So yeah, I feel like we're women's sports is moving in a great direction. Um and talking about basketball specifically, I know like, there's going to be more expansion for, teams. We're in America, so let's talk about there's going to be more expansion for teams in America. Um the W has already, expanded to some the Valkyries this year. Unrivaled is getting bigger. I know there's a league opening up in America that I might be playing in.
Ooh, go ahead,
Okay, I
girl.
might be able to. We'll see. We'll see. And everything. So, but no, overall for women's basketball, I feel like the growth is amazing, and we're continuing to stride in the right direction for that.
For real, because let's see. The Unrivaled, when they did that 3-on-3,
Hmm.
that was a game changer.
That
Like,
was that was a pretty cool aspect. That was 3 on 3 is definitely different, because normally you see it in like FIBA or stuff like that. But for that to be integrated for like a part, or I don't know if it's exactly correlated with the WNBA, or but to see those teams on a different aspect, the three on that was W move there.
And plus, they got more opportunities for like they had more benefits for the women hoopers too. Like a lot of them get paid more at Unrivaled versus say some of them were getting paid in the W. Like there was more benefits and at Unrivaled. So it's like, oh, so
Right.
Unrivaled got more benefits over there versus say the WNBA league where yeah, there's benefits, but it's what's going. I was like, oh, but I think that what I love though is the 3-on-3 though. Is I think playing in you could attest to this. I think playing 3-on-3 versus say playing 5-on-5 is a whole different vibe. It's a whole
Mhm.
different atmosphere. And like when I was telling somebody, I said when you play 3-on-3, you more like you focus on one player. Like I mean, you focus on multiple players, but the one player you're always focused on, you already know what they're gonna go after many times you guard. 5-on-5, you have to like you switch up with somebody and stuff, and but
Mhm.
it's
Yeah. I agree. Like 5-on-5. Let's talk about the W and Unrivaled with 5-on-5. These players are so talented, but they are constricted to how their coach runs their team or whatever playing style or whatever set they're in. So to see these players in this 3-on-3 atmosphere, with 3-on-3 there's less players on the court, so uh player skills are going to be much more obvious. I don't know the word. So it's so cool to see like how these player skills like actually are with like less limitations, and less, it's cool. I liked it.
sure, I'm here for it because I had to play. There was one I remember going to the league. I played in the league not too long ago over to somebody, which was interesting because I was like, oh, I get to play, woo! But three, I was like, but 3-on-3, I was like, I kind of like a little bit. I like 3-on-3 a little bit more than 5-on-5 in ways because it's like you're more, like I said, you a little bit closer to like almost like you already know what the player is doing after, but and this also leads to my question too, because you know we have to discuss about your art business, ma'am, your art line, because ma'am, you got to show the shirt. Show the shirt right here. Let them know who made that shirt. Let them know who made the Kobe shirt, because
Oh my
girl,
gosh, girl, I'm always fidgeting with something. I'm literally fidgeting with the paintbrush right
girl,
now.
girl, y'all, Miss
Oh,
America's
I
artist, and
was
she.
working on this painting. I still haven't finished it because life got hectic.
Oh
Everyone has been
my gosh!
asking about my Allen Iverson painting. Life, got busy. Um, but I will be selling the original, and then I will be also selling prints of it and everything. Yeah, like ball is life. It's gotten me to so many places. I've met so many people. Um, I'm so grateful for basketball. But one thing that you know I I enjoy is having other hobbies, and art is definitely one of them. So I love that I can express my art in ways that connect to my passion of basketball. With the shirt, with the painting I just showed you, um, and everything. Now that I'm done, well, when I was in England, I couldn't ship all my art supplies. I couldn't do all these commission orders because I still had pro practice, university practice, master's degree work, and my health work because I was so sick. You know what I mean? There's no way I could have added all of my, commissions and shipping them out and working on it because it takes hours. It takes a really long time. So now that I'm back home, I've been getting back into it. So as of right now, I'm just working on finding my love and passion for it again. So I've been working on a lot of individual projects and everything. And now that I'm getting back active, people are like, "Can you make this for me? Can you make this for me?" So I'm excited. I will be opening up my commissions too because I feel like that's one of the good things. Like, basketball as like a player, you can inspire people. As a coach, you can give back to younger kids. As art, you can have like a meaningful moment in someone's life, you know, um, either a very, you know, celebration moment, or, you know, a heartfelt moment of, you know, people's, you know, relatives who have passed, or, you know, anything. So that's what I love with art. I can connect with people in a way that's like meaningful to them. And yeah.
I am here for it, girl. And it leads to my question is like, you know, how how do you balance basketball, content creation, and doing art all at once?
um well, honestly, we can circle back to the mental health part we were talking about. You know, I like in college, I had all these academic pressures of doing well, all these basketball pressures of performing well. Um, with all the life stuff going on, personal life stuff going on, I still, you know, people were expecting me to make art for them. Um, and you know, there's so much that can happen in life, and life can, you know, feel overwhelming. Um, and wait, what was it? Oh, hold on. I lost the plot. What
It's
was the original? What was
okay.
the original?
It's okay. It's all good. I said, how do you, how do you balance,
Oh, balancing it, right. It took a lot of techniques to balance everything. Um, because you know, a lot of people can lose themselves. Um, you know, with especially, you know, just being a D1 player, and it took a lot of work. Um, even therapy doesn't even have to be in a negative light. People can be like, obviously, you know, therapy is great for um processing through trauma and um things like that. But I want to say, you don't have to go to therapy just for negative things as well. Like, it can also be to learn about positive coping mechanisms, and um you know, stuff like that. And yeah, there's a lot of tools to help, you know, people balance stuff. Honestly, like with me in my mental health, I developed anxiety. I developed, honestly, a couple anxiety disorders. And I had resources to help me get through that, and how to uh process everything and balance everything. And um people are like, you know, Lyric, I see you doing, you know, all this stuff. Like, you know, you don't look like you would have, you know, those type of problems. It can happen to anyone. And um just because, you know, I'm high functioning doesn't mean I'm not going through anything. So, you know.
girl, that is real. Like, people don't understand, like, it's like, check on your happy, strong people in your life. Check on your happy friends. The people that's always happy or always strong all the time, check on those because they may be going through the,
Mm-hmm.
have, being that strong friend where you're strong for everybody else. And, it's like, or you're always happy all the time, but it's like, when's the last time somebody asked me if I'm okay? Or,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, because I remember, like, a couple years ago, I think it was about 3 years ago now. I remember there was a soccer goalkeeper who unfortunately took her life.
mm-hmm.
And I think there was a couple other college athletes who did the same, but I remember her specifically, and how that really like changed the way people frame mental health around sports and everything. And she played at Stanford, right? So you
Yes.
think, you know, she would have it all and everything. And but it's, there's a lot more that goes into that.
It,
And to check on your people. And you know, just to be accountable with yourself. Like, am I doing everything that I can to move about this in emotionally, and a mature way for yourself. And whether that is like getting therapy, or getting medicated, or anything like that, is you know I'm glad it's been more pushed. It's been more pushed, especially in college athletics.
Absolutely. I was like, I knew exactly who we were talking about too. I was like, I know
Yes.
exactly what she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because, Lord, but, and, if, and this leads to my question is, if there was a word or a phrase to describe your journey so far, what would it be?
Woo. I would say, um, I don't know, probably resilient. Um, Probably resilient. Um, I feel like I've like tried to tackle every obstacle that came at me, um, during, um, you said with my career,
During your whole journey so far,
my
during
whole
your
journey. Yeah. I have to admit, sometimes some things do knock me down. Like, not everyone is, strong enough to power. Sometimes life and situations really get to you. So I'm not saying I'm perfect in handling, letting something affect me. Um, because sometimes things do affect you. So I would say I'm resilient. Working through the bad, and resilient working through the good. Just because you're in a good place, especially, even at mental health level, but since we're talking about sports and stuff, even if you're at a good place doesn't mean you get complacent. You still have to work hard, you still have to be resilient, even when it feels like no one's watching, or if everyone's doubting you, or yeah, because I feel like, especially, you know I I I have a lot of support. It means a lot, but there is, a lot of, I do get hateful comments, and it still can hurt, um, or just people in general just doubting you and not believing you have what it takes. I don't know. I think I've been pretty resilient through it all. So yeah, I'm still here.
girl, resilient has been the word of the year so far from what I've been hearing this year.
Yeah,
It sounds
life
like
has been tough, man.
life and lifing. I swear for gosh, life and
Yeah.
lifing. But we still, like you said, we still here. We still
Yeah.
here. It's like don't trip. God ain't through with me yet.
Yeah. Mhm.
He ain't through with
Yeah.
me yet. But
Yeah.
don't trip though. We still here. How?
Mhm.
So so I always ask my guests this question because Bonafide means authentic and unique. So
Yeah.
um what makes Miss Lyric Swann bona fide, and what makes your story stands out?
um, I mean, I feel like what makes me I've just been through myself. I mean, been myself through it all. I've never, tried to change who I am. Um, Whether it's, the environment I've been in, I'm always, a half glass, half full type of person. I've just always been myself, and yeah, and that attests to, content creation and everything. I've honestly, authentically been myself, and people love that, which is great. They love who I am, and it means a lot. And I wouldn't change, who I am or how I present myself. Um, yeah. So, and I think people, do admire, how I am authentically myself, especially in this world of social media. People can get caught up into um fake personas and trying to be someone they're not and everything. But No, just be yourself. And that's who I am. I'm just, a happy girl who loves basketball and art and making people laugh. Through my little funny TikTok skits that I do. Um, yeah.
And we here for it. I'm here for it anyways. I'd be like, it's it'll be like, oh, lyrics video pop, like repost, like
Thank you.
repost, slay all day, yes, repost. So I'm a girl. I am a girl's girl, especially when it comes to the female athletes. I'm like, yes, repost, share, hey,
Yes.
slay. Like I'm here to uplift the women. Hello, so
Yes.
yes.
I appreciate you for that. On a part for me and for women, I consistently see you supporting so many women, and it's honestly admirable the way you consistently do it, and yeah, thank you.
Oh,
It means a lot to me, the way you're always there for me and you support me. So I'm sure it means so much to them. So thank you for being apologetically yourself with that. And apologetically yourself, with how open you are with your autism and everything. I feel like it's so amazing how you've accomplished so much and you don't let any any I don't even see like a diagnosis, I guess. I don't even see that as a diagnosis, especially how you still present yourself, how you're still authentically yourself. Autism isn't holding you back. You are breaking barriers, honestly. And um I honestly, look up to you for that. And I'm sure there's a lot of women who look up to you for who you are, and especially a lot of women who might have autism or who are on the spectrum who look up to you, and how you don't allow ceilings or labels or anything to stop you. It's amazing.
girl, I'm going to cry later on.
Oh, please don't.
So
Yes, you're amazing.
I do my best. That's what I'm like. I do my best. I
Yeah,
really do.
you're
Cause
doing
oh,
amazing. You're doing amazing.
I'm gonna cry later on. It's gonna be happy tears.
Stop, you're gonna make me cry.
I'm gonna cry happy tears later on. Like, but
Oh, you're gonna make
I
me
definitely
cry.
appreciate it for real. Like, Lord. But can you let the folks know how where they could find you, support you, if there's any upcoming events happening for you?
um, yeah. Um, my main platforms are TikTok, Instagram. All my platforms have the same username, Curly Lyric 22. YouTube, I've been starting to grow my YouTube. Um, the only platform that's different that's not Curly Lyric is my Snapchat. Snapchat is Curly Lyric. And that side, I do so I feel like I show more of my authentic self, and little snaps and everything. Um, yeah, so those are my main platforms. TikTok, what's that at, like 800K now?
Girl.
Instagram, almost at 300K. Snapchat, 100K. And YouTube, I'm almost at 10K. I just started investing into YouTube. Um, yeah, so I'm excited with that. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Um, my content is usually focused around basketball. Um, Mainly my content on TikTok is focused around basketball and how, it's relatable. It's, the humor side of it, the hardworking side of it. Instagram, I would say, is more of, I do post basketball content on there, but that side I do post more lifestyle stuff than I do on my TikTok. So whether it's what I'm doing, or I love fashion, so
You see it.
whether it's outfits, I post on there. And then my art page, Art Lyrically on Instagram, that's all art content, like specifically art content. And then yeah, I would say Snapchat is more like the silly behind the scenes, and yeah, YouTube, I'm still building that, so I don't have a consistent video style in there. In the past, usually right now, I have a lot of basketball highlights. Um, People are like, I want to see you play. I'm like, just go. I don't have that much because I wasn't thinking about it when I had access to all my film. But I got basketball highlights on there. Um, a bunch of like fun challenges. Um, um, and I'm gonna be filming a Q&A video, so answering you guys' questions, and yeah, those are my platforms for now.
Y'all be sure to follow the queen herself, Miss Curly Lyric, at Miss Curly Lyric 2022 on Instagram and TikTok, and Curly Lyric on Snapchat, like that, minus the 22. But still, be sure to follow her
Yes,
and
thank
follow
you.
follow her art page, y'all. It's amazing. It's amazing. Period.
Thank
Like,
you.
it's amazing. So, and y'all be sure to check out the live replay of Bonafide, her podcast, episode 191, featuring the queen herself, Miss Lyric Swann. And big shout out to Miss Lyric Swann for coming on the podcast to share
Thank
your
you.
story, girl.
It is pronounced Swan, like the
Swan.
bird, lyric Swan. Yeah.
I said
All good,
Swan.
girl. It's
I was,
fine.
I can't think it was Swan, but Swan. Be
Yeah.
sure to check out episode 191 of Bonafide, her podcast, featuring Lyric Swan, y'all. And be sure to check out the live replay. Thank you guys for tuning
Thank
in.
you. Thank you for having me, Ashley. Thank you for